Once our story is finished, we move on to create an animatic. An animatic is basically an animated storyboard. It allows you to focus completely on what needs to happen, where it happens on the screen, from what angle, and when. You don't need to worry about making the character look exactly like it will in the end. You don't have to worry about the exact timing or even the exact position. You just need to come up with the basic idea of how the story plays out. These days I work with a large team of animators, but in the early days when it was just me, I would skip the animatic step altogether and just start working on the final product. Now, because other people are doing the animation, I want to make sure that they get it right the first time, instead of spending hours on it and then having to redo it. So I show them the animatic, and then I have them work based on that. Nowadays, I actually have someone else do the animatic as well. So what I do is create a new project in Animate CC, draw a very general sketch of what the background should look like, then write a long detailed paragraph of notes on what happens in the scene, then allow them to come up with an animatic for that scene. These notes are written very step by step. For example, Orange falls face first onto the ground, gets up, dusts himself off, and stares straight ahead. The camera zooms out slightly to reveal Rabbit staring at him. Orange crouches like, "Aren't you a cute one?" and waves at it. Rabbit waves back. Orange stands up straight in surprise that it waved at him. Looks back at the portal, then at the rabbit, then pulls out a picture of his friends, points to them, then looks at the rabbit. Rabbit looks at the picture, nods, then turns halfway and motions with his arm to follow. Hops away. Orange puts away the picture and follows. So it's very literal. Every motion is written down, and if needed, the motivation for each motion is mentioned too. Then the artist will make the animatic for that scene for me to review, and I'll give feedback. Once it's approved, they can move on to the next scene. An animatic helps to catch issues early on and address them before hundreds of frames have already been drawn. Depending on the style of the animation, this is where the camera angles are picked. Most of my animations are similar to a 2D side-scroller where the camera is always positioned at the same side angle, as if a person is watching the action on a computer screen. I broke that perspective in the animation called the flashback, when the stick figures ventured into the internet world where the camera can see them from all angles. In that animation, I had to choose where to put the camera in each shot. It was important for me to question every shot to see if the angle could be more dynamic. If it felt too flat, I lowered the camera down to where their feet were. Since backgrounds would need to be drawn for every unique angle, I made sure to reuse existing angles as much as I could instead of having two scenes with slightly different angles, which would require two backgrounds and twice the work. But most of my animations are done with the 2D side-scroller angle, and in those cases the camera is not as big of a deal because I can always change it without having to redo the scene to match that angle. All I have to do is move the camera box over, and then I'm done. Next, I'll go over creating the different assets for the project.